first, I want to start by saying thank you for coming. Glad to have you here. Um, Hope your day is going well. How is your day going?
It's going good, actually. Today's been a really good day.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay, so I would like you to introduce yourself. Um, First and foremost, I want to say I'm doing a segment now where I have black-owned business owners coming, speaking on entrepreneurship and things of that nature. And she will be my first guest. So, like I said, introduce yourself.
what's up, y'all? My name is Kimira. I am the owner of Bombshell Hours that's in Henderson, North Carolina. It is a beauty bar. I do nails. That's my specialty. But we do offer other services such as facials and et cetera, et cetera. So,
Okay.
check me out.
So, and you're the owner.
Yes, I am the owner.
And how long have you had this business?
In October 1st of this year will be 3 years.
Okay. And
Like physical business, but technically I started in 2018.
okay. Can
Yeah.
you tell them how old you are?
I am 28.
28 years old and you're a business owner already.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a job outside of owning your own business?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have several.
Okay. So where did you start? First job you ever had?
The first job, like ever.
First job, yeah. First paid
Chick-fil-A.
job.
I used to work at Chick-fil-A when I was in high school.
I can see you at Chick-fil-A. Look.
My pleasure.
That's why you so sweet. Yep. Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
molded you into a sweet young lady.
I like to think I was already sweet before I worked there.
That's why you got the job.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But Chick-fil-A I actually loved working at Chick-fil-A too. So
Yeah. Only if it paid more, right?
only
if that was your Chick-fil-A and you owned it, right?
exactly.
So like at what point in life did you decide like I want to be an owner? Like I want to have my own business. I want to, be a boss.
I would say it started when I was in college. My major was business administration with the
Okay.
concentration of business management. And of course, I'm around a lot of people that obviously want to either work in the corporate business or they want to have their own business. And I was one of those people that wanted to own their own business because I went to A&T. Shout out to A&T, Aggie Pride. But I was surrounded by a lot of hairstylists, nail techs, anybody that was in the beauty industry. I was surrounded by them and other people, obviously. But the person that really, really inspired me to actually open my business was my nail tech. Just a background story for me. I used to dibble and dabble in nails years ago, but me thinking I'm gonna be a business owner or doing nails, no, I didn't think that.
So this is something that just came to you from your surroundings.
From my surroundings.
And did you start off by just being a nail tech, or you went into it already like?
No, actually, I used to sell lashes. I started off my own little small lash business, and then I kind of added it to the brand, basically. So I would say not only did my peers and people surrounded by people help me or inspired me, I would say working in these trash corporate businesses because I would see myself working so hard for being paid, underpaid, worked hard, like they worked me like a dog and they didn't appreciate you.
Gotcha.
So that's another thing that really inspired me to become a business owner.
Okay, so you being a business owner, did you face any specific barriers or hardships being a black woman trying to be a owner of a business? Do you feel like it's anything specific to you being a woman or being black that you had to overcome, starting your own business?
Absolutely. I would say the support. Like, let's be real. A lot of people don't support black businesses like they should. They really don't for whatever reason. And I had to understand that, and this is also something that everyone should understand that wants to open a business. Understand that the people that you think are going to support you, they're not going to be the first. They may not even support you at all.
So what do you think causes this for, like, branching out on your own? Everybody think like, oh, all my people that I rock with, that's cool with me, that I know is gonna support me, and then when they don't, like, how does that make you feel? Do you address it, or you just like, you know what, they want from me in the beginning, or
I
like,
used to
uh-huh.
address it. I used to tell people like, you didn't support me, or I used to get in my feelings and feel some type of way. But sometimes you got to really understand that as life go on,
Mm-hmm.
those people that you thought were really your people, they gonna eventually fade away, and those are the people that really are not meant to be in your corner. Um, like I said, I used to address it, and then I got to the point where, you know what, it's clear. It's almost in black and white that you just either they envy you
Mm-hmm.
low key. Um, that's all I could really say. Because what else would be a reason for you not to want to support somebody?
Yeah, I
Because
got
if, like, for example, if you claim you're my homegirl, you know I do nails. Why would you go to a Chinese person? I could see if I didn't have the availability.
you. Mm-hmm.
Not even a Chinese person. Why would you go to somebody else?
Gotcha. So, do you feel like the community, well, the black community as a whole, we don't support ourselves
No,
as much as other races or other people?
no. And a lot of times those that do, I'm not gonna say everybody, because
Mm-hmm.
I do have a great clientele. I love the clientele I have now. You can definitely separate a client and a customer.
Gotcha. I
It's
don't
two
heard
different
that be
things.
used so much. So,
It's
explain
different.
to people what a client is and what a customer is.
A customer is just somebody that, when they feel like, oh, I just need my nails, I'm gonna just go to her because she's available.
Convenient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
conveniency. Whereas a client, they're gonna keep coming back
Mm-hmm.
because not only are they coming back because of your quality work, because that matters,
Mm-hmm.
but they're coming back because they respect you, they like you as a person in
Gotcha.
general.
And
They have that
they
connection.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely a difference between a client and a customer. Always choose the client. I
I got you.
mean,
But
don't not to say don't,
because I mean, clients start off as customers,
exactly. I was
and
just
then
going to say
they
that.
eventually grow into clients because they appreciate your value of work, your professionalism, and then just the quality of everything you offer.
True.
Yeah, and then your
That's true.
personality at that too. You know, having good
Yep.
customer service and all.
Absolutely.
So, what specifically, like, what advice would you give to another aspiring nail tech that may want to open their own salon or
Excuse me. Um, keep going. No matter no matter what. And I mean no matter what. No
Mhm.
matter if you're having a bad day, no matter if you get no support that day or this day or the next day. Just know that there's beauty in the struggle for one.
Mhm.
And you just have to be patient and you have to have some tough skin, and you also have to understand you cannot cater to everyone. You're not going
Gotcha.
to always make
And
everyone
that's
happy, and I
that.
understand when you're a new business owner because
Mhm.
I went through it, and sometimes I have an issue with
Telling somebody
feel
no.
yeah,
There you go.
or feeling like I have to make the situation right, because I know that people say that the customer's always right. That's not true.
It's not.
That's not true. I'm just sorry, it's not true, because you could do an amazing job on somebody's nails, feet, whatever it is that you may offer. But there are just some people out here that's just really picky.
Mhm.
Or there are just some people out here that just want to be spiteful and just
Gotcha.
give you a hard time.
So, starting off, would you say that it was hard?
Yes, building my clientele, absolutely.
So the clientele part was hard.
Mhm.
As far as getting your location, getting your tools, getting the funding and or money for it, that wasn't.
The funding definitely was
Mhm.
hard.
Mhm.
Deciphering between locations was definitely hard too,
Gotcha.
because all of those things, location definitely matters when it
Mhm.
comes to a business at 100%.
Definitely.
Um,
That's the number one thing that's going to
and finding
dictate
your
how much traffic you're going to get.
right, I was just about to say finding your target audience and all of that. All of
Mhm.
that goes hand in hand, and it's very important. So, yeah, that's
So, are there any special like licenses or anything that you have to get prior to doing this, or is it?
Yes, you definitely have to have a business license,
Mhm.
obviously a LLC or
Mhm.
sole proprietor, whatever it is that you may choose to go with, depending on your type of business.
Mhm.
If you are, I would say I'm gonna just go with nail techs or nail salon
Yeah.
because I don't know anybody else. I don't know what other precautions and stuff they had to go through to get there. I know with building a salon, you had to get a worker's permit. I mean, not workers permit, a permit to do like plumbing and
Gotcha.
construction. You have to get that kind of permit. Um, it's so many things. Like you have to pay like what is it? You have to pay the fire department for inspections. I mean, you have to have all these things, and you definitely have to get an inspector to come out. So you have to pay them. You have to pay that fee for them to come out to just walk around, look, see, and I saw they don't
So
even.
from day one to actually having your first customer inside of your place, how long of a gap was that?
Let's see. For me, I had 2 months to
So
get
only 2 months.
everything. That's how long me and this lady had worked it out. I had 2 months to get everything in order. So luckily, back in 2018, I had already got a business license.
I'm
I had
glad, 'cause
already,
you beat COVID.
yeah,
You
I had
beat COVID.
already established my business license without a physical building. So, and back in 2019, that's when I graduated from nail school.
Gotcha.
So that's when I got my manicurist license. So the only thing left for me to do within those 2 months before I opened was to get that permit for them to come in and do all this construction and just to pay those different little fees.
So
it wasn't any other really like real license that you had
Gotcha.
to, get. I mean, it is, I would say before opening a business, take business classes.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying you have to get a degree in it because, I mean, I went to school, but I didn't get a degree and I didn't finish. But it's good to have that knowledge so you can know what you're looking at and what to understand better how to run a business.
Now, I'm not knocking business whatsoever. I'm not knocking school whatsoever. But as you guys see, school definitely is good and can be a tool to get what you need, but it is not necessary. You have a lot of owners, a lot of entrepreneurs that make great money that never attended school, never went to school, and are successful. With that being said about success and all, how long did it take before you start seeing like decent profit?
I'll say after a year.
Okay, so a year.
Yeah, I'll say maybe after a year. Maybe a little bit before the year, before that 1
Close
year
to a
mark,
year,
but
though.
close to a year, I would say. Just because you paying yourself back. You gotta
Pay
think about all that
yourself,
stuff, that money that you
supplies.
done invested in. So about a year.
About a year. And that's another thing. When you open a business, you have to expect to not be prosperous at first. You agree?
I 1000% agree.
But you also have to stay motivated to keep going because, as they say, Rome wasn't built in one day. Nothing great was built in one day.
No.
If you build something in one day, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna collapse at some point.
So, are you involved in, or do you do any type of like mentorship, or do you do youth programs or anything like that for the community? Anything for the community at all?
So I have done a lot last year. I've actually I do nail classes, and with those nail classes, I tell people all the time, I'm your lifetime mentor. So even though I'm teaching you how to do nails, I'm teaching you business skill sets. Excuse me, I'm telling you things that I had to go through and what could be beneficial to you and your business. I don't know everything. I'm just telling you, giving you my advice on what I do know. I actually was I can't think of it. Oh, it was like a small women's empowerment for the middle school. I think it was middle school, high school in Vance County. Anyway, I was a guest speaker there. And I went and talked to the young ladies, and it was so refreshing and heartwarming because although I'm up here nervous, they were just asking so many questions. And I could say it was like 8 of us, but out of all the panelists there, they gravitated towards me more. And it just made me feel like, wow, okay, maybe I'm doing something right. It made me feel good because after that, I had so many girls reach out to me that wanted to do nails, that wanted to talk about nails.
Let me tell you why they gravitated to you so much.
Cause what, Aaron?
Because they've seen you as a peer. Y'all
Probably as
Y'all was
small.
probably about the same size.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel that, but no. They was just so excited
And you
and
looked young. They like, oh my God, she ain't nothing but like a couple years older than me. I could do
probably.
this.
But
Yeah. So how many nail techs and stuff do you have in your shop total or whatever?
So I have 2 nail techs
Mhm.
and I have an esthetician in there
So okay.
as of right now.
Are you a part of that too, or you make 3, or what exactly for the nail techs?
So I make 3.
Okay, so
Yeah.
3 nail techs in your
Mhm.
shop total. And you said an esthetician.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a man.
hmm
I need you to break down to me what an esthetician is.
So an esthetician is she caters to skin. She
Uh-huh.
caters to hair removal. Like so she does lashes. Can't talk today. Lashes, facials,
Waxes,
body
stuff like that.
waxing, makeup if
Mhm.
you want it. But yeah. Oh, and massages if that's what you want to. Facials, all that.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So, do you ever look back at your youth, at your younger self, and think like, damn, I'm really proud of what I came from or what I've done, what I accomplished? Or are you unsatisfied with where you are now? Like, where are you at mentally as far as what you have done already?
So I am proud of myself because I still walk through those doors and I just be like, wow, this is my shop.
Mhm.
But I'm also a person, I'm my biggest critic. Although I'm very proud of myself and like I said, this goes back to you just have to be patient and it's almost easier said than done. And the reason for me saying that is because sometimes I be thinking like I want to do more. I want more. But I have to understand like I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Mhm.
I just have to give myself time. So I have to look back and say, well, I wasn't here this year, but I'm here this year. Or wasn't here this couple months ago, but I'm here this now. So I can honestly say yes, I'm very proud of myself, and I just hope that things continue to go great for me, um, going forward, and anybody else that comes in my shop. So
Of course, you're the owner, you own the place, but at the same note, you are also tech inside of your own shop.
right.
So, with that being said, what are your favorite nail styles, and what is your most liked skill about certain things with nails and stuff?
My favorite style to do would be stiletto
Mhm.
or short Frenchies, French
Short
nail.
French. I think I see a lot of those on your page.
Yes, the girls eat them up
Mhm.
real bad.
And I actually like the fact that women went to that short, cause
Those long. Now,
those
don't get me
super
wrong. I
long,
love doing long nails because I
Mhm.
get to be more artistic.
and that's considered like a stiletto type. Normally they got a little length, cause that's the one that
That's
tapers out, right?
yeah, but that's more like tapered square. So they're different. When I say stiletto, that's the shape.
Mm-hmm.
But those long nails are just extra long
Mm-hmm.
extension, nail extensions. But I do love those because I get to be more creative with those. So
Okay. So how do you stay up to date with like the latest trends and styles or
social
whatever?
media and my
Social media.
clients,
So
but mostly social media because like although I've been doing nails for 6 years now. Even though it's been that long, there's always something new coming out. So I try to stay up to date. Like I'm always on social media, I'm always on YouTube, I'm always on TikTok. But then there's also clients that try to push me to my limits. So they're like, "Hey, can you do this?"
has
And
it
I
ever?
never want to tell them no.
That's what I'm about to
So
say. So somebody sends you something or whatever, then you go practice on it, or
either I just wing it and just go for it that same day,
Mhm.
or if it's something I feel like might challenge me a little bit more, I might be like, "Let me play around with this first, and
Gotcha.
then we could go forward." But a lot of times when they do bring me stuff, I kind of already did my research. So I
So
be trying to stay up to date by doing my homework. So it's like I'm never off.
have you ever messed up though?
Mhm.
You have, like,
Yes.
on a client, on a customer. You
Yeah,
have.
I have.
So what do you start over? Or you just like, it's free, I hope you're listening. Like, how do you go about that?
I let them decide. Like I let them decide. Let me do something different,
Mm-hmm.
or I might um discount it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Depending on what they like. 'Cause
depending on what they like.
you have some people that that won't admit that they mess up or won't admit that they have done something and want the best or
Right.
whatever. They just like, oh,
Because
you
I would like I would rather correct the issue
Mhm.
versus you going out there
tell
saying,
somebody,
"Oh, I
look at this
liked it, but I
shit.
didn't like it."
Yeah,
So
yeah. And as far as like your health and safety protocols and stuff, like how do you go about keeping track of that? Do you still have to like some type of continual education or anything to be in
yes.
that field?
So every year you have to do like, well, ever since COVID
Mhm.
came around, they let you just either like take a little mini class online that sometimes it's offered free, sometimes it's not, depending on I guess what you're obviously going to school for. Or you could just watch YouTube videos and you could just literally sign off on it. But back before COVID, they would actually make you have to go and take a continuing education class.
Mhm.
And it's still good to do that because you never know when they're going to come and audit you and be like, hey, did you? Because they don't actually, I'm not going to say they don't, but they don't do it every year.
Mhm.
Like actually check for it. They just, hopefully you're doing it. But
Okay.
you do have to pay a fee every single year to renew your license. So
Gotcha. And would
keep
you
that in
consider
mind.
that fee expensive or just something
Uh,
inexpensive, whatever?
it's not, it's probably like $30 depending. Well,
Okay.
it goes by the chairs.
Mhm.
So depending on how many chairs is in your salon,
Mhm.
let's say you might have 3 chairs, they might be about $25, $30.
Gotcha.
So it just depends how many chairs are in your salon. So, and it kind of goes up a little bit
Mhm.
year after year.
And like, have you ever had a customer or client with a specific nail condition or something wrong to
Mhm.
where you just have to turn them away? You have to explain to them that it may not be healthy or safe to continue or to do whatever.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I've had a client that was they got her nails done in a traditional salon and basically they did such a terrible job. She had fungus on her nails. So I had to explain to her, I can't do your nails until that fungus is completely gone
Mhm.
because putting a nail on top of that fungus is not going to help it. It's going to make it worse.
Gotcha.
So I've have done that and I've had people that wanted maybe their toenail fell off and they want me to put a nail on top of that and I had to explain to them like it's not going to stay. There's no nail there. So I have. Um, yeah, it's okay. I mean, they might be upset. They might not. This might not be something they want to hear, but um, you have to protect you
Mhm.
because the way these people can sue you for anything, you just gotta be careful.
As being the owner, has it ever been a moment to where you had to handle certain situations with professionalism based off of like customer being belligerent or whatever, and then you go back and talk to yourself like, damn girl, I really ain't happy, but I did. Like I handled this situation
Yeah,
professionally. You do.
yeah.
Hmm. So is it harder that nobody can fire you because you're at the top, or is it still like I'm gonna take my business, my brand, and make sure that's the top thing at the end of the day?
Kind of. It's kind of a little bit of
A little
both.
balance,
Yeah,
depending
it's
on
just
how
like
far they went.
yeah, how far they when
Hmm.
the situation is.
Hmm.
So, but I still try to like. That's why I'm even though I don't want to work in a corporate building,
Hmm.
it molded me. It helped me because
Gotcha.
some stuff that they do and they require,
Hmm.
it helps you when you become a business owner. So you have to think like, okay, what if this is a corporate business? How would you think they would have handled it?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
And definitely having your own business, you have to be punctual. And
yes,
as the young
very
kids
obedient.
say, you got to stand on business.
Stand on
You got to
business
stand on
with your black forces on.
it. So, 5, 10 years from now, what are your goals? What do you see yourself doing, changing, growing, like 5 to 10 years
5 to 10 years, I see more than one location.
from now?
I'm not sure how many.
Mm-hmm.
Fully staffed.
Mm-hmm.
I see me either coming in every so often because I don't want to stop doing nails, but I know at some point I'm going to, you know.
That's my okay.
But I do want to get to a point where I have a great staff
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to be there to run it.
So the goal is to sit at home and collect that check.
or just collect the check and do
Pop
something
in
else.
from time to
You know,
time, something else.
right now. Again, if I'm able to do nails, maybe still come in and service people here and
Mhm.
there, but I won't have a be in there every day like I am now.
And do
So,
you have any other things you want to explore, or right now your mind is kind of just focused on that?
I have stuff that I'm exploring. Like I said, I'm bartending now.
Mhm.
I thought about some other little things that I want to dibble and dab in. I thought about real estate, but I don't
Mhm.
know. We'll see. We'll see.
Real estate, that's something that I would suggest you do once you get to that point where you don't have to be as active and in your place, because real estate definitely is something that takes a lot of your time
Yes,
up.
I heard.
You have to be able to get up and
Mm-hmm.
go on the fly, move, travel, drive, whatever else.
Right.
It definitely takes a lot of your time up. Um,
Yeah, it's kind of like what I'm doing now. So
yeah.
it's like it's take all of this nail thing is taking so much of my time.
hmm
So I get that. I
And
definitely get
speaking of time,
that. Excuse me.
do you make sure and/or guarantee that you always have personal time for yourself, or sometimes does the business take over?
Sometimes the business does take over,
Uh huh.
but that's because I have I'm tunnel vision,
hmm
and I'm just trying to get it, get it, get it. I have fun when I want to,
But do
because I
you?
make my own schedule, but I do make time. I don't make as much time as I feel like. Well, not feel. I probably should,
hmm
but that's just because I'm in crunch mode.
But do
Like
you feel like you have a healthy balance though?
I do.
So
Yeah,
you're not.
I still enjoy life.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think it's great. So I don't want to have too much fun, because I mean that requires spending too much money.
And yeah. So knowing everything you know now, having the business already up and running and everything, if you could go back to the beginning, is there
Mm.
anything you would change? Is there anything you would do different?
I probably would change my location
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because originally I really wanted my business to be somewhere else, but at the time when you starting off like something like that, that's major, and it's scary because it's like you don't know if you're gonna make a profit or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to go what I could go with for the time being, and I was like, you know what, this is not permanent. It's not like I bought this building. I'm
Mm-hmm.
leasing this building,
Gotcha.
so I could move if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be easy? No, not at all. And another thing, I would have did more networking with people,
Mm-hmm.
like to get like grants and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, those two things for sure.
Okay. And yet again, which I'm pretty sure of the answer, having this business and being an owner, you don't regret a minute of it.
No, now do I have my days where I be like, is this worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Mm-hmm.
that's with anything. But all in all, when I look and I hear about people in these corporate businesses, and like I said, I'm not knocking it. I just feel like America does not pay people enough for what they are worth.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I had to compare myself to somebody, and I'm like, not like trying to do that,
Yeah.
but just to weigh my options. Like, it's like, dang, I do this. You got a whole degree, and I make more money than you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to deal with all of this.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, I deal with stuff, but not as.
And I done picked your brain a little bit. Is there any questions you have for me?
Yeah, and it's probably some of the same, similar, because I like to hear other people's responses to the same stuff that I be asking myself, or other people have asked me too,
Yeah.
because I feel like when you're a business owner, get you some business owner friends, because nobody can relate to you like they can. So my questions, like I said, it's a similar question. How do you feel right now with everything you've done? Like, do you feel like it's going somewhere?
Right now, I'm in my beginning phases of like my entrepreneur type stuff. Of course, the podcast and stuff is something that's kind of more of a hobby, but I also look at it to possibly grow eventually. That's why I'm trying to tackle different things and go to like different topics, different people, try to be more vast than just straight podcast.
Right.
Other than that, me myself personally, I also still work a 9 to 5 as well,
And that's nothing wrong with
but I'm also doing real estate investment.
that. Okay.
Um, right now I own more than one property.
Okay.
We have a property that's kinda in the rehab phase,
Okay.
and the way the housing market is right now, interest rates, etc., I'm not sure how everything's gonna turn out.
Right.
Now, note, with it being my house, I still have a mortgage on this house.
Yeah.
With it being in rehab, I'm putting money into this house.
Right.
And with the market being the way it is, I'm not 100% sure if or when it will sell. The longer I hold the house and have to pay the mortgage, the less profit I'll be able to technically get from the house. There'll be more
Right.
money spent into it.
It's
So,
a waiting game.
Yeah, it's a
basically.
waiting game. It's a little scary. I'm a little anxious or nervous about it. But, like you said, you just gotta put faith in yourself. You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And if you don't make a move, you'll be stuck in the same place.
And you'll never really know, if it's gonna work or not. My favorite saying to people is like Nike, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Well, I will say also, just do it with education.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Make an educated move.
I say just jump out there.
Yeah,
Get you some.
always make an educated move. Never just jump out there, but always do smartly. Don't make a dummy move. Don't be a dummy about certain things.
Look at your hand.
There you
gotta
go.
play your hand right.
There you go. You gotta play your cards right always. Other than that, is there anything else you want to say to the people?
Like I said, from one business owner to the next, whether you're a beginner or whether you've already been a business owner and still a business owner, I hope you win. I hope that, like I said, there are going to be some days where you're going to feel like, I don't know if this is worth it or not, but there are going to be some days that you're going to be like, yeah, this is worth it. But also, don't look for other people to give you a yes or to tell you when the right time is for you, because there's really no right time to become a business owner. I know people say that, but I mean, it really truly isn't, because if you don't do it or if you don't take that leap of faith, you won't know.
It's always another
your journey,
day
because right, and your journey is just because this person's journey is this way doesn't mean your journey is gonna be that way. So don't look at other people's journeys expecting yours to be the same, because it's not. And that's really it. And also, just understand, entrepreneurship is more of a spiritual journey than anything. It's just all about stepping out on faith. Yeah, because there's no rule book to this at all. No rule book at all. So.
All right. Well, thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
I hope your business continues to grow. I hope your 5 to 10 year plan works out for you.
Thank you.
Maybe later on down the line, I can have you back again, and we can speak on more deeper intel, more information or whatever, or what you got going on at the time. Okay. And until next time, we're gonna talk to y'all.
See ya.
Come on, boss. Come on.